Every human being on Earth either seeks it, fears it, or is affected by it. In politics, in business, in relationships, in everyday life. Yet most people go through their entire lives completely blind to how power actually works, who has it, who is losing it, and how it is gained and taken away. For centuries, the rules of power were secrets kept by kings, generals, and advisors behind closed doors. Then one book brought those secrets into the open. Welcome to Book Essence, where we unlock the essence of every book so you get the wisdom without spending weeks reading. Today, we are breaking down one of the most controversial, most debated, and most widely read books of the last 30 years, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book has been banned in some prisons in America because authorities felt it was too dangerous for inmates to read. It has been read obsessively by rap moguls, business titans, world leaders, and celebrities worldwide. Today, we unlock its most powerful lessons for you. The reality of power. Robert Greene opens with a truth that most people spend their lives trying to avoid. Power is everywhere, in every relationship, in every interaction, whether you acknowledge it or not. The question is never whether power exists. The question is, are you aware of it? Are you learning its rules? Or are you playing a game you do not even know you are in? Greene spent years studying history's greatest figures, conquerors, courtiers, politicians, artists, and strategists, to identify the patterns that separate those who gain power from those who lose it. What he found was not a collection of evil tricks, it was a map of human nature. People are driven by ego, insecurity, desire, and fear. These forces do not disappear in the boardroom, the classroom, or the family dinner table. They are always present, always shaping behavior. The person who understands these forces can navigate almost any social or professional situation with clarity, confidence, and strategic intelligence. The person who ignores them is constantly surprised, outmaneuvered, and left wondering why things never seem to go their way. Greene says this book is not about becoming a villain, it is about becoming aware. Because in a world where power games are constantly being played, ignorance is not innocence. Ignorance is simply losing. Never outshine your master. One of the most important and immediately applicable lessons in the entire book is this: never make the person above you feel insecure about their position. Greene illustrates this with stories from history of brilliant, talented people who were destroyed not because they were incompetent, but because they outshone their superiors too publicly. When you are more impressive than your boss in front of others, even completely unintentional, the boss feels threatened, and a threatened person in power almost always finds a way to eliminate the source of that threat. The lesson is not to hide your talent forever. The lesson is to understand timing and environment. Make your superiors look good. Let them take credit in public. Build trust and loyalty first, and choose your moments to shine very carefully. The most strategically intelligent people in history were not always the ones who showed the most brilliance in public. They were the ones who knew when to hold back and when to step forward. Always say less than necessary. Here is a law that applies powerfully in almost every situation you will ever face. When you speak too much, you give others information they can use against you. You reveal your fears, your uncertainties, your strategies, your limits. But when you speak less than expected, you create an aura of mystery and control. People become curious. They fill in the silence with their own imagination, and imagination almost always creates something more powerful than any words you could have spoken. Greene points out that powerful people throughout history were often known for their economy of words, short, deliberate, measured responses that carried enormous weight precisely because they were rare. In business negotiations, the person who speaks first usually loses. In conflicts, the person who over-explains usually appears weaker. In leadership, the person who says little but acts decisively commands far more respect than the one who talks constantly. Practice this today. In your next meeting, your next negotiation, your next conflict, say half of what you planned to say and watch how the dynamic shifts. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Of all the 48 laws, this one may be the most important for the modern world. Your reputation precedes you into every room you enter. It shapes how people treat you before you have spoken a single word. It determines what opportunities come to you and which ones quietly go to someone else. Greene says, guard your reputation with your life. A strong reputation is built slowly, carefully, consistently. It is built through keeping promises, demonstrating competence, showing integrity under pressure, and delivering results when others are making excuses. But a strong reputation can be destroyed quickly. One major public failure, one betrayal, one moment of weakness displayed at the wrong time in front of the wrong people. The most dangerous attacks on your reputation are not the ones you see coming. They are the whispers, the quiet conversations happening in rooms you are not in. Greene advises protecting your reputation proactively. Never leave it unguarded. Never assume it will defend itself. Respond to attacks swiftly and decisively. And most importantly, build such a strong reputation through consistent action over time that attacks simply fail to stick. In the digital age, this law has never been more relevant. Your reputation now lives online, permanently, visibly. Every post, every comment, every action is part of your public record. Guard it accordingly. Conceal your intentions. One of the most strategically powerful habits you can develop is the habit of keeping your plans to yourself. Greene observes that most people instinctively share their goals, partly out of excitement, partly seeking validation. But sharing your intentions too early creates problems. First, it gives competitors time to prepare against you. Second, it invites criticism that can kill momentum before you begin. Third, it creates expectations that pressure you before you are ready to deliver. The most effective strategists in history were often known for their economy of words, short, deliberate, measured responses that carried enormous weight precisely because they were rare. In business negotiations, the person who speaks first usually loses. In conflicts, the person who over-explains usually appears weaker. In leadership, the person who says little but acts decisively commands far more respect than the one who talks constantly. Practice this today, in your next meeting, your next negotiation, your next conflict. Say half of what you planned to say, and watch how the dynamic shifts. Master the art of timing. The final powerful lesson we will explore today is one that separates good strategists from great ones: timing. Greene argues that the most brilliant plan executed at the wrong time will fail, and a simple plan executed at exactly the right moment can change everything. History is full of leaders who had the right idea but moved too early and were crushed before their time, and of those who waited patiently, studying the environment, building their strength quietly, and then moved at exactly the right moment to achieve results that seemed almost miraculous to outside observers. But there was nothing miraculous about it. It was patience, observation, and perfect timing. In business, launching the right product at the wrong moment means losing to whoever launches second at the right moment. In negotiations, asking too early weakens your position. Waiting for the right emotional moment can change the outcome completely. In relationships, the right words said at the wrong time can cause as much damage as the wrong words entirely. Develop the habit of reading environments. Study the mood of the room, the state of the market, the emotional temperature of the people around you, and when the moment is right, move with complete conviction and total commitment. Let's bring together the most powerful lessons from the 48 laws of power. 1. Power is always present in human interactions. Awareness of this fact is your first and most important advantage. 2. Never outshine your master unnecessarily. Understand timing, build trust before you demonstrate your full strength. 3. Say less than necessary. Silence creates power. Mystery creates influence. 4. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Guard it carefully, guard it fiercely, never leave it unprotected. 5. Conceal your intentions. Work in silence, build in silence. Let the results create the announcement. As the saying goes, the lion does not announce its presence before it hunts. 6. Master the art of timing. The right move at the right moment is worth 10 brilliant moves made too early or too late. Robert Greene wrote this book not to create manipulative people, but to create aware ones. He believed that understanding the laws of power was the only true protection against being manipulated by them. Knowledge of these laws does not make you cynical, it makes you clear-eyed. And in a world where power is always in motion, clarity is the greatest advantage of all. That is the essence of the 48 Laws of Power, and that is what we do here at Book Essence. We take the world's most powerful books and unlock their wisdom, so you can navigate your world with more intelligence and confidence. If this video brought you value, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to understand how the world really works. Every week on Book Essence, a new book, a new lesson, a new chance to grow. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and keep unlocking your essence. See you in the next one.